There. Welcome to Any Sunday Songwriters. My name is Jan Seides, and my guests today are Chris Farrell, who's up here next to me, and Ken Gaines, who is right down below him. Ken is having a little bit of difficulty with his sound, so Chris is going to kick us off, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah. Hello.
Chris,
welcome.
Tell us a little about yourself and play us a tune.
Yeah, well, here I am in Chicago. Just reached 51 years. And as I always say, they just can't get rid of me. And I'm a singer-songwriter from Chicago. And at my age, I have to admit, a few years ago, I reached a point where I arrogantly thought, oh, been there, done that, I've seen it all, what's going to shake me up now? And, well, we did have some very interesting years, so I quickly changed to something like this. How did things get this crazy? The whole new normal is nothing but nuts. When did brains get so lazy and common sense get away from us? I thought I lost it long ago. This one's new to me, 'cause crazy ain't what it used to be. For every whacked out, cracked idea that smacked me in the face, I stood my ground to stare it down and put it in its place. Now every time I think it might be safe to turn my back, a brand new kind of crazy comes screaming down the track. Oh, how did things get this crazy? The whole new normal is nothing but nuts. When did brains get so lazy and common sense get away from us? I thought I lost it long ago. This one's new to me, 'cause crazy ain't what it used to be. Stupid is as stupid does, but what the hell was that? Landing in a sucker punch that knocked me cold and flat. What happened to the good old days when crazy ran amok? But at least you saw it coming and you had a chance to duck. But now that it's all gone bonkers, now that the belfry's full of bats, now that the wigs are flippin', hell's hand baskets here at last. Oh hey, did I mention? Oh say, can you see that crazy ain't what it used to be? But I'll just stay bewildered and befuddled and perplexed, flummoxed and kerfuffled to see what happens next. The comfort of confusion always helps me keep my wits, 'cause when this all makes sense to me, that's when I call it quits. Oh, how did things get this crazy? The whole new normal is nothing but nuts. When did dumb get so lazy and something worse get the best of us? I know I lost it long ago. This one ain't on me, 'cause crazy ain't what it used to be. Watch out.
No, it isn't.
It's nuts out there.
Okay, so Ken, what do you think?
No better?
I don't, were you playing? No. Oh,
And you do
Yeah.
hear that?
yeah.
Okay.
I do hear it.
There was
But
an
it's-
automatic adjust that had been turned on somewhere in all the different updates or something like that. So,
Huh. Okay, well, strum something, because it's still kind of wonky.
Okay. Well, original
And
sound's on. Just let me know how this goes. If it doesn't work, I'll sing everything a cappella, which I can't do. Let's give it a
well,
shot.
okay, go for it.
And my name is Ken Gaines, living now in Oregon City, Oregon, just south of Portland. And Jan and I go way, way, way back. Half of my philosophy in life right here. You gotta get a little messy to get the most out of life. Whether making
That's
love,
terrible,
cooking up a
Ken.
barbecue, gotta lick your lips, lick hers too. Get the most out of life, you gotta get it all over you. Gotta go outside and break a sweat, walk barefoot, get your feet wet. Smell the rain and the bacon of the coffee brew. Gotta stub your toes, skin your knees, lose your way, lose your key. Taste your tears and the tears of your loved ones too. Gotta get a little messy, get the most out of life. Whether baking love or cooking up a barbecue, lick your finger, go on, lick hers too. Get the most out of life, you gotta get it all over you. Gotta fall in love more than once, bust her ass more than twice. Gotta find a good friend, or two or three or four. Gotta hook a fine bass, 5 to 6 pounds or more. Then you give it a kiss, throw it back in the water. Take a picture if you can to let the world know that you caught her. Yeah, sit on the bank, sip a beer. Thank your lucky stars you're still here. Don't forget to brush off your muddy butt before you get back into your truck. Yeah, baby, that's me. Gotta fall in love more than once. Gotta bust your ass more than twice. Gotta lose a good friend or two or three or four. Gotta miss that big old bass, 14 pounds or more. Gotta get a little messy, get the most out of life. Whether making love or cooking up a barbecue, lick your lip. Woo-hoo-hoo. Get the most out of life, you gotta get it all over you. Yeah, most out of life, just get it all over you. Get the most out of life, you gotta get it all over you. Whoa, whoa. Still no guitar, huh?
Still no guitar.
I am stymied.
Every once in a while a note, but I know that that song has this fabulous guitar part and we couldn't hear it.
Okay, I'll keep digging. Y'all do your thing.
Okay. So I was going to do something fist in the air-ish. But since everybody's doing these cheery up-tempo songs, I'll do one too. I hope you are learning to give yourself credit for pulling yourself through your difficult times. And I hope you're allowing those victories to join you at the foot of each mountain you still have to climb. And I hope you remember all the courage you've already shown. When you look in the mirror and see how much you've already grown. if so, propose a toast. Relax, raise your glass of lemonade. I sang this at a retirement home in Michigan right after I wrote it, and there was a woman sitting next to me and just minding whatever her hands were doing, not paying me any mind at all as far as I could tell. And when I said lemonade, she looked up, and this is what the expression she had was. So I gather she thought that the glass should have something other than lemonade in it. When the sun pours down on your blackout curtains, I hope you will rise to open them wide. When the moon is dark and the night seems endless, I hope that you smile when you whisper good night. When I hope you remember there is always another day. When you look in the mirror and see you are still okay. And if so, propose a toast. Relax, raise your glass of lemonade. And I hope you remember you'll always be worthy of love. You are enough. You are enough. And if so, propose a toast. Hey, relax. Raise your glass of lemonade, of lemonade. Here's to lemonade. Thank you. So we're just going to keep going round and round like that until they throw us out of here. Thank you.
Yeah, nice song.
Thanks.
Great. Well, okay, I'll take it again. And I am from Pennsylvania. And this is the eastern part of the state, out in the anthracite coal mining area. And there at one time was a beautiful little town. And unfortunately, this wasn't too long ago that this town was destroyed. Because a lot of these little towns, they're all in their own little valley. And they're all about 2 miles apart, connected by Pennsylvania Route 61. And most of them, there's nothing but coal underneath. And the mining tries to take as much out as possible. And that leads to some problems like cave-ins and subsidences. But in the town of Centralia, a fire got down into these mines. And that's what anthracite coal does. It burns slowly and smolders. So they could not put this fire out. And the only solution was to buy these houses at a literal fire sale and bulldoze the town. It's just gone. And I went to school with some friends that lived in this town, and I love to go back to my hometown out there and just walk around, relive it. And when I realized they cannot do that, and there were families that were there for generations. And so this is a story of Centralia, Pennsylvania. The sad heart of Centralia is burning in the mines, but no one heard her people weep, and no one read the signs. now the streets are sinking, and the sidewalks bear the scars of a flame that's raging here beneath our houses and our yards. It's burning, there's fire down below, and it's burning in the homeless hearts with nowhere else to go. They said this coal was holy, they say it built this town, but now it's fire and brimstone, and it's burning underground. The good earth opened up her heart and poured out all she had, but she's been beaten black and blue, and now she's getting mad. And it's roaring, this flame from hell is changing all the faces in a place I knew so well. Oh, Centralia, my heart is burning, burning under the only home I know. They talk about a value, they're lying through their teeth when they say the coal is worth more than the town it lies beneath, worth more than my childhood, my family and my friends, worth more than a way of life that's coming to an end. And it's so hard to say goodbye, and it's so hard to sit and watch my hometown die. Oh, Centralia, my heart is burning, burning under the only home I know. But something in these trembling hands, something in my eyes, will not let me turn my back until this fire dies. It's burning, my only prayer is burning like a holy candle in the poisoned air. Oh, Centralia, my heart is burning, burning under the only home I know, burning under the only home I know.
Stuff, buddy.
Thank you so
Well
much.
done. Yeah.
Thank you. Sad story.
So I swapped a few things around. Any better?
Yes. Much
Okay.
better.
It was just a bad input place in a strip that I had. So
Oh,
I had to run all that down. You know, it's
how
a cable
perfectly
thing.
normal.
How often do we deal with cable things? That gonna work?
Yeah, it's a little chorusy, but other than that, it's audible. That's a big step in the right direction.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know about the chorusy thing. We'll just see how this goes. Here's another part of my philosophy in life. Let it roll. Now in the mirror of my mind, I see my father cast his line, silhouetted in the rising sun. A single Little dancer in the light, a simple melody in flight. The song begins as the dance is done. Cast your troubles upon the water. Let them flow to the sea. Live your life as if this morning was all the sunlight you'll ever see. When wrestling demons in the night, should I run or should I fight? Am I forgiven for the things I've done? In the quiet thunder of the dawn, I know the memory and the song, Dad and the ocean. Jan Seides one. Cast your troubles upon the water. Let them flow into the sea. Live your life as if this morning was all the sunlight you'll ever see. And as I ponder these simple graces, I find a peace I can embrace. Cast your troubles upon the water. And let them flow into the sea. And live your life as if this morning was all the sunlight you'll ever see.
Hey,
Love
How'd
that.
that work?
good. It was worth the wait, Ken. Glad we
Thank
could
you,
hear
brother. I appreciate
we could hear
it.
the whole thing.
Yes. You may not have been excited about how it sounded, but it was there, and that's such a big improvement.
It's good to be there.
Yes.
It's a good song with good singing and guitar playing. So.
Yes, and excellent advice, as a matter of fact. So, today is International Women's Day. I got alerted to that fact. I do a song circle with some friends in Israel and a few in the UK on Sunday mornings every other week, which if you're interested in that, I'd be happy to pass on the information. But somebody there mentioned that today is International Women's Day in International Women's Month or National Women's Month, I'm not sure. And it put me in mind of a song that I wrote because of SWRFA, Southwest Regional Folk Alliance. The Serenity Prayer was was my prompt, and it was the day that Christine Blasey Ford explained to the Senate what a bad choice Kavanaugh was for Supreme Court, which they ignored, of course. Not exactly unexpected. That's what they always do when women testify about how bad a choice somebody is. And this was the result for me. The Serenity Prayer, for those who don't know, I can't imagine that there are any people like that anymore, but just in case, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Gonna lay my serenity on the line, boys. I'm laying my serenity on the line. You used to call me adaptable, but now I must decline to accept what I know needs changing. It's a cappella, so you can march while singing it. Gonna lay my courage on the line, boys. I'm laying my courage on the line. Used to go along to get along like I was deaf and blind, but I won't accept what I know needs changing. Gonna stop apologizing. Gonna stop apologizing. Gonna stop apologizing, 'cause I'm not sorry. But I'm laying my wisdom on the line, boys. I'm laying my wisdom on the line. And I'll keep on persisting, and I'll take back what is mine. And I won't accept what I know needs changing. No, I won't accept what I know in my heart, and I always have. What I know needs changing. The next No Kings March is March 28th. I hope you plan to be there.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. And we all love our guitars. As you've probably heard, talking to a folk singer or singer-songwriter, and we're all proud of the backstory. In fact, that's really impressive when you can rattle off who played this guitar, you know, and who owned it before you, and where it's been, and things like that. And some of us even name them. We have personalized names for them. And we've all been in song circles where sometimes we get off the point of the song circle, and we're no longer talking about the songs, but we're talking about, well, my guitar's cooler than your guitar, right? I think we've all been in those competitions. So here's what might happen if that goes too far. You can judge a man by the oath he swears, the car he drives and the coat he wears, the friends he keeps and the hill they raise, but mostly by the guitar he plays. So gather around with your old six string, a tale to tell, a song to sing. Come lay your story on the line, but you ain't got a chance once you hear mine. My guitar was made from a barrel of rum Al Capone kept hidden from the lawmen working for the Fed. When liquor was prohibited, it was hacked in half by nothing less than an axe in the hands of Elliot Ness. Now it plays the best Chicago jazz and jailhouse blues from Alcatraz. Well, shut me up, that takes the cake, the pie and the cookies, anything you can bake. I bow my head and tip my hat, ain't nobody here ever gonna top that. My guitar was made from a fortress door Stonewall Jackson smashed in the Civil War. The neck is extra long and large, carved from a musket at Pickett's charge. The rest is made from cannonballs, bullets of lead, and busted walls. If we all sing Dixie and shout amen, I know the South will rise again. Well, stop Bars and bars, I'm on my feet. That's 1/6 string no one can beat. Let's raise a holler and a rebel yell. No one whoops that from here to hell. Well, my guitar was made from the mast of a ship they called the Mayflower when it made the trip across the ocean to this glorious land. It was built by my 8th great grandpa's hand. It fills me up with pilgrim's pride to be so pure and bona fide. When I play Sweet Land of Liberty, the flags are flying just for me. Well, kick my britches, I'm on my knees. You can wear the crown of the new big cheese. No guitar, banjo, fiddle or drum beats that from here to kingdom come. My guitar was made from the true cross of Jesus, the rod of Moses and Noah's Ark. It can part the sea and cure diseases like the burning bush. It glows in the dark. When I sing hallelujah and amazing grace, it puts all sinners in their place. Thou shalt not envy or commit. Just kiss my boots, 'cause I am it. Well, God Almighty, now that ain't in vain, if I bless myself as I take his name. So if there's one more tale or tip, speak now or forever hold your lip. I bought my guitar for 20 bills, but there ain't no price on the needed fills. Through all the bluster and boast I've heard, it keeps me straight with just one word. It's made of plywood, paint and screws, and a few big dabs of yellow glue. The strings are rough as a busted tooth, but it stays in tune when I tell the truth. So excuse me, folks, I'll move along. This old guitar knows right and wrong. I ain't no fountain or spring of youth, but I've stayed in tune 'cause I tell the truth. Just one word. Truth. There you go.
That was glorious.
Glory, glory.
Good stuff,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, my guitar is only coming up on 58 years old, so it's not as cool as those guitars.
Yeah.
So I ain't going to brag about it. That's all you get.
Well, that's a good one. 58, that's really good.
See how this comes across.
It was better before.
Say again?
It was better before. Now it's
What I
gone
did.
back to we can't hear it.
Now?
Yes. It's still chorusy, but it's better than not being able to hear it.
Okay. I do not understand what just went on. I just turned my fan on. Sunset on the river, water's all aglow. Been sitting on this bank all day, watching it flow. I got a line out in the channel, I stopped fishing long ago. I'm just sitting, sipping whiskey real slow. There's a gator on the surface, big old catfish in his mouth. As he takes it to the bottom, my heart is sinking sound. Drag me down where I don't want to go. Oh, how could you leave me so low? It's been a catfish morning, a catfish afternoon. Tonight there'll be a catfish moon. Catfish moon, haunting on the water. Catfish moon, lazy little daughter of the sun, who's always rolling round too soon. Catfish moon, wanted on the water. Catfish moon, lazy little daughter of the sun, who's always rolling round too soon. Ah, funny how my rambling brought me right back to the spot where the fishing and the whiskey and the wind was so damn hot. We'd take a boat out on the river, throw a blanket on the bow, make love beneath the catfish moon. Catfish moon, wanted on the water. Catfish moon, lazy little daughter of the sun, who's always rolling round too soon. It's been a catfish morning, a catfish afternoon. Tonight there'll be a catfish moon. And you can thank Jack Williams for at least 2 of those licks that I put in that song.
All right.
Wow, I love that song.
Thank you.
Just what time of year is the catfish moon?
It's actually a spring moon.
Is it?
Yeah.
So March or April?
Yeah, it's also the honeymoon.
Oh, that's coming right up. Oh, well, that sounds like June, doesn't it? Isn't that
but
weddings are in June, right?
it's when things are warming up enough for the catfish to get out there and start doing their thing like people are, and that's when you got a full moon, so you can get out there and catch your fill of catfish, which we don't have up here.
No.
Not much of, yeah.
Well, I've restarted my in-person show this month, and it's at this sweet little coffee house called Brentwood Social House, and we do the show entirely acoustically, which is such a great relief. I love it. No setup. You just get up there and play. And the person that was doing the show with me this past Friday, it's the first Friday now. It's not the second Sunday anymore. But the person who was doing the show with me sang this song about how he wants to die an old man. which was a lovely song, and I applauded for him after he was done. It was a great song. I don't want to die at all, so this is my song in that vein. I will not be leaving without a struggle. No one will have to say, don't go gently to that good night. I'll be kicking and screaming and hanging on to the door jambs, protesting all the way that I'm not done with this life. I want to see peace. I want to see joy. I want to hear the truth without the noise. I want to see justice with my own eyes. And then I'll be ready and I'll say goodbye. Maybe. All this will happen when I'm about 200, right? I believe Moses looked like Charlton Heston, and I believe he had a word with God. All I want to know is, when is it my turn? 'Cause I'm thinking miracles can't be all that hard. I want to see peace. I want to see joy. I want to hear the truth without the noise. I want to see justice with my own eyes. And then I'll be ready and I'll say goodbye. I want to see the face of peace. I want to hear the voice of truth. I want to know that dream is real, and then I'll make my choice. But I want to see peace. I want to see joy. I want to hear the truth with no damn noise. I want to see justice with my own eyes. And then I'll be ready and I'll say goodbye. Then I'll be ready. Well, maybe. Nah. Thank you.
Perfect ending. Okay, so I'll take it again. And I was thinking lately how often things get decided by the flip of a coin, right? And in doing that, you're just literally throwing something, right? You're just tossing it. And guess what? If it's a coin, you do it that way, it's going to be heads or tails. However, if you can get that coin to land on its side, edge, looking right at you, there's another side to it. But usually you have to pick that coin up and hold it. Pay attention. And then there's just more than heads or tails, right? Heads I win, tails you lose. We've heard so many times when someone flips the nickels, the quarters and the dimes. As coins are cast, as coins are tossed from someone else's hand, the odds are stacked against you, no matter how they land. But there's a wider measure in the thin and slimmest place. If you're close enough to see it, right there staring in your face. A ring that runs forever, an edge that never hides. Every coin has three sides. So we're told, so we're taught, to choose the black or white, even when we know so well that neither one feels right. But shades between and shades beyond, still lost among the doubt, will find their place to shine in the colors that come out. And those who try to tell you that it's either this or that, are frozen on the spot of something cold and lying flat. But I've seen the fire burning in those who don't comply. Every coin tells me why. And who shall judge another? Who shall dare to call the shot? Tell you where the fight is fought, or to be who you are not, and what picture to present. That's not how the coin is spent. Here or there, left or right, half and half, day or night. So much goes unnoticed, unspoken and unseen. A broken rule, an open book, a softer touch, a closer look, are calling to cross over to the beauty in between. Now there's something in my pocket that I carry everywhere. I touch it when I need it, to remind me and to share the light that I have gathered and the truth that it provides. Every coin has three sides. Every coin, every coin.
Never thought of it that way.
Closer look.
We're gonna have to swap songs in person sometime.
That'd be wonderful.
I
Yeah.
would love that, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever get over your way again, but if you get this way, let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty going on. And by the way, the city of Portland name was decided on a coin toss.
Was it? What
Yeah.
was the other choice?
I think it was Boston. There were two people that said, okay, we're either going to call it this or call it that. So they flipped a coin and Portland won. So there you have it.
Well, there's already a Boston, you know, but then there's
And
already,
there's
a Portland, too.
That was
Yeah.
the thing. One of them was from Maine and one of them was from Mass. So, you know.
Ah, I see. So what you got
I'm
for
having
us?
fun exploring the history of this new area. This is the only part of the country I really never played in. So I moved here 3.5 years ago, and just it's all new.
I love it.
Okay, back to the songs. One of the things I've been doing is just leafing through songs I forgot I wrote for whatever reason. Um, and while I was living in Houston for 32 years, I think, I got to do all sorts of writing, not just Ken Gaines, but writing for other folks. Uh, did some writing for film, and also worked with a children's theater for about 2 years. And it was fun because I would have never written those songs at all because I had no, I just wouldn't have thought of it. I was writing for characters that were being written into these shows. And this was from Journey of the Wise Men. We did a lot of biblical shows because that way you can play them not only in public schools, but you can play them in the religious schools as well, and that help our bottom line. But early on, I would write these songs, and then we didn't have an orchestra, so I was the orchestra, and we would record me, and then the performers would run around with the recording. That didn't work, so ended up having to pay me also as a performer to play guitar live with these people. And finally, they decided, well, let's just write you a character as well, so you can do that. So from Journey of the Wise Men, my character was Herod the Great. And in the play, I was actually, there was a bunch of kids talking about the Journey of the Wise Men, and then singing songs about it. And I was the old grandpa who just happened to play guitar. And so my character was Herod the Great. And the hardest thing about this song for me was in the little instrument break, I had to learn how to do the chicken walk with a line of other people while still playing guitar. And that was really beyond me most of the time. I'm not going to try it right now. I'm doing this sitting down. Thank Doc Watson for that. Seasons come, seasons go, mountains crumble, fords grow. River Jordan is wide and deep, and I'm the top of the heap. Yeah, I keep my back up against a wall. If you stumble, I just watch you fall. I play for keeps, I never sleep. Not at the top of the heap, boys. When I was just a lad of 3 or 4, my daddy took me on his knee and held me up so I could see. Dropped me smack on the floor. He said, "Get up, boy. Don't you cry. Trust nobody. By and by, all that you sow, so shall you reap." From the top of the heap. Chicken walk time. When I was just a lad of 3, 4, my daddy took me on his knee, held me up there so I could see, dropped me smack on the floor. Kid, trust nobody. Don't you cry. Trust nobody. And by and by and by, all that you sow, so shall you reap. From the top of the heap. Now I'm a wolf among the sheep. At the top of the heap. How y'all doing down there? Don't try it. It was fun.
All right.
Ah.
Good one. Another good one.
I wanted to see you dance while you were doing it.
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen, Jan. I can bob in front of the camera. All right, that's all you get.
Well, I guess I'll just have to make do. So, I've spent most of this year writing protest songs. Yeah. And in between, I wrote songs to tell me to get off the ledge and sit down and behave myself. Only I didn't want to tie them to the protest songs, so they're just sort of general get off the ledge songs. In out. In, out. Breathe, let go. This moment is the only one you have. And the spot where you're standing is the only reason there's a path. All the trials you rose above, all those pratfalls in the mud, are what made you who you are. But you're not in charge, no. Breathe, let go. Life's a train now arriving in your station. But the track stretches back, stretches forward to some hazy destination. All the guesses you can make and all the precautions you can take won't cause any trains to change direction in spite of your objections. But isn't it grand? Aren't you glad? Go ahead, you've earned a vacation. Didn't go the way you planned, but wow, that's an amazing creation. So breathe, let go. Even problems have their purpose. And what you saw as a flaw, well, that was only on the surface. All the time you think was wasted revealed truth for you to taste. And they made you who you are. So breathe. Just breathe. In, out. That's it. Breathe.
Very nice.
Thank you. It's a reminder to myself.
Well, Jan made a reference earlier to what'd you say? Fist-raising songs. Is that what the? Yeah. Okay. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think I can go into that area, but one of the worst things going on is silence. Right. That's so much is lost when someone just sits by and lets something happen. I mean, without bringing it up, and of course, without taking action. So this is something. This is a fairly new song on that topic, called "So Dies the Silence." So dies the silence as voices blast out of the shadows that are fading fast. We've taken the blame while you've taken the bows. Now we're stealing the stage and bringing down the house. You broke the promise, so I'll break the news as we jump to the front with nothing left to lose. It might skip a beat or fall out of rhyme, but we've got the line that stops the show this time. So comes the moon and so comes the light. So comes the morning with its gift of sight. The curtain is rising to the roaring and the row. So dies the silence, the time is now. It's a tragedy of laughter It's a comedy of tears, just two one-way tickets that had brought us here. So roll out the welcome when the carpet turns red. We'll know if the knuckles or the hearts have bled. So comes the number, so falls the lot. So live the dreams of those who have not. A new star is rising like a shot across the bow. So dies the silence, the time is now. Yeah, I've got a hammer to break all the laws and crack the canned laughter and the fake applause. It comes from the thunder, it strikes in a flash and buries the lies it leaves in smoke and ash. So maybe it tricked us and kicked from behind. Maybe we're crazy, but we are not blind. We can roll with the punches and smile when we're stung, but we'll speak with the brutal truth upon the tongue. So comes the motion, so comes the voice, so come the faces who have made the choice. Like the blood upon your boots and the smirk upon your brow, so dies the silence, so dies the silence, so dies the silence, the time is now.
Yes, absolutely.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay. I'm having fun. I hope y'all are.
Mm-hmm.
That sound any different?
Not really, no. We can hear it.
Okay.
It's,
No biggie. No biggie. All right. As long as you can hear it.
you know what's going to happen is right after the show is over, you're going to figure out what it was.
Yeah. Sue's going to make sure I do.
Thank you, Sue.
She's my tech support, among a whole lot of other things. This is a new song, and took me a long time to. It was a bunch of noodlings of ideas. It's from a story I once wrote, and so you just try to pick lines out of the story to make it into a song, and took me a long time to find the form, and and in the process of the form, it took me a long time to really grasp how it gets sung, because it's got it just doesn't hit a groove and stay there. True story. Mississippi summertime, 63. Two kids climbing up a big oak tree, sitting on a branch staring at the stars, watching all the neighbors walk by. Mama comes out to call them in the house, and they lay there looking at her quiet as a mouse, till she gives up and goes inside. And they bust out laughing till they cry. Mississippi summertime, 63. Two kids climbing up a big oak tree. My little brother and me. Stuck a brick in the middle where the big limbs start, to pull ourselves up, thirst in the heart of a world where we could see everything better. Dream about learning how to fly. Well, that oak got bigger and we did too. Well, it covered up the brick our young wing crew. enough to touch the sky. Maybe fly a little too high. Oh, Mississippi summertime 63. Two kids climbing up a big oak tree. Yeah, my little brother and me. But no matter how far and fast we flew, we could always come back to a place we knew. A place to heal and make a new start. In an old oak tree with a brick in its heart. Mom and Dad are long since gone. Other little kids are playing on the lawn. But like that brick that you can't see, there's a little kid living inside of me. And a Mississippi summertime 63. Two kids climbing up a big oak tree. My little brother and me. My little brother and me. My little brother and me.
Nice.
Leaving you
Ken.
hanging on the 4 chord so that we know there's more coming, and that would be Jan.
I end lots of my songs that way because lately, I mean, I didn't used to. Everything used to be. I mean, that's kind of. Before I do this, though, I forgot the burning question, and it's way past time to do it. So, Chris, where are you going to be next, and where can people find you online?
Okay, I will put my web page in the comments, but it's pretty simple. It's chrisfarrellsongs.com, and that's 2 R's. Well, there it is. It's spelled on the screen there. chrisfarrellsongs.com. And actually, this coming weekend, I'm down in Ellisville, Illinois, at the Hickory Ridge Concert Series. It's a great thing down near the Spoon River in an old opera house. So I'll be doing that. And then in May, I'll be up in Madison, Wisconsin at the Wild Hog in the Woods Coffee House. That's another concert in an old church. So it's great how they're using these spaces for people like us. So those are a few. And then I will post things.
Great.
My web page will be on the comments.
Thank you. And Ken, how about you? You're muted. You are muted.
Dang it. I'm just kind of filtering out into the Portland area right now. I hang out at a place called the Portland Hostel Cafe, which has a Monday night open mic, which I help with. And then quarterly, I'm one of the features. They have the open mic with features. If you come here, I highly recommend it.
I will be coming there. The Far West just posted where the next.
I saw that.
Yeah.
You bet. I'll be there. All right, cool.
Yeah.
But
and online, you can be found at.
I can be found at kengaines.com, but it's not up to date. So just bug me on Facebook. I'll try to get things up to date one of these days.
Okay.
But I'll be at the cafe Monday night. Actually, that's tomorrow night. And then next Monday, the 16th, I'll be one of the features. And we'll be celebrating also my last day of being 74. Because on St. Patrick's Day, I'll be 75. What can you say?
Happy birthday is what you can say.
Yep.
Have a fabulous year.
And then I host every second Friday, which is this coming Friday, I host a song circle for the Portland Folk Music Society. And you can find that on the Portland Folk Music Society's .org website. And that's just what I've got coming up in the next couple of weeks. But I'm I kind of play all over this area right now, and
That's
we'll see
great.
if I get back on the road again.
Sounds as if you made yourself to home.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So what I've got coming up is the next one of these will be March 22nd, and it'll be Mike Berman and Emily. Come on, Emily. Give me your last name. Emily Hicks. What is the matter with me today? And that will be right here on Zoom, which I'm enjoying more and more. You know, I thought I would be letting go of this when the pandemic was over, but I'm having too much fun. And then on April 3rd will be the second inaugural First Friday at Brentwood Social House for those of you who are in Austin. We have several people. Hello, all the people that are on Facebook and YouTube. I'm so glad you came. And that will be Miles Wiggins and Harriet Reynolds. So that'll be a good show too. And I'm having a lot of fun booking people that I love. That's the way that works. And then May 8th is the celebration of, oh my God, so many decades in Austin. And that'll be at New World Deli, which is 4101 Guadalupe. And we'll probably stream it because why not, you know? So that's all I have to say, although I do have a song. When I wrote this, I called it January 7th, 2026. And then I decided to call it January 2026. But apparently what I asked for in this song has not yet come to pass, so now it's just 2026. Let this be our worst of times. Let this be our midnight. Make this the crucial crisis of care. Surely it's the deepest dive before coming up for air. Let this be our rock bottom. Let this be our abyss. Make this the final raging of the storm. Surely it's time for the horizon to reveal the dawn. Now let the pendulum swing the other way. Surely now the darkness has said all it has to say. So let this be the first notes of a rising chorus. Make out of the chaos a new melody. And all whose hearts crave peace and justice sing in harmony. Let all whose hearts crave peace and justice sing in harmony. Let this be. Let this be.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We live in hope, my friend.
Yeah.
We live in hope.
Okay, so as a topical songwriter, this is one of the biggest payoffs I've ever had personally, because I wrote this song about 40 years ago as a piece of American history, and just last year it became a current event because Major League Baseball had decided to include the statistics of the great athletes from the old Negro leagues into the record books of Major League Baseball. And some of these athletes went right to the top of the list. In fact, Willie Mays picked up another 10 hits just a few weeks before he died because he started out there. And this is how they got there. My name is Granville Patterson, my age is way beyond the prime I knew in baseball shoes, my sporting days are gone. I'm just one more forgotten name from some forgotten team, a faded face from a time and place they called the Negro League. I worked the fields of Tennessee and dreamed of better days. I left the plow and soil behind to join the homestead grays. All summer long we played the states, then headed south in fall. Through rain and dust we rode that bus so we could play baseball. We played for love, we played for pride, and seldom made much more. From town to town we traveled round, from back roads to back doors. Kept out of reach and kicked beneath the boots of old Jim Crow. But we made do, and we came through, 'cause goddamn we were pros. We played in shadows of the Babe, Lou Gehrig and the rest. We stood outside the big league fence, so they were called the best. We played as well, we gave 'em hell in every hit and pitch. Then stood behind the color line and watched those men get rich. But did they see Josh Gibson swing or Satchel throw his stuff? And do you know how much it takes when best is not enough? When clouds roll in across the sky and hide the brightest moon, you'll also find some stars don't shine. Some men were born too soon. God bless you, Jackie Robinson, Willie Mays and all. You wore our numbers on your back when you played big league ball. And every time you hit one out, slid in or laid one down, you brought us home in flesh and bone to the hall at Cooperstown. My name is Granville Patterson, you won't remember that. I'm just one more among the scores who played the ball and bat. Now when you speak of heroes and you praise the great past time, may your words take flight and cast a light on the stars that didn't shine.
Bravo.
It's about
Indeed.
time.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, something a little different. I was fortunate enough to grow up singing a lot of songs from my parents' era because they introduced me to the music, and we were watching the TV shows of the 50s and early 60s. And I mean, early on, I wanted to be Tennessee Ernie Ford, and then I wanted to be Nat King Cole, and I love those people, and I got to watch them, and they were my heroes. And in the process of watching those folks, I learned that 16 Tons was not written by Tennessee Ernie Ford, that it was written by Merle Travis, and that a lot of the songs I was listening to were actually written by other people. So I started wondering who those people were at a very early age, And some of my early heroes were not only Tennessee Ernie Ford, but Johnny Mercer. And I, in the past, I've done shows on the songs of Johnny Mercer. And I learned to sing those songs in nightclubs early in my professional career because they made tips because I was playing to people much older than I. And but I was also learning those moves from my heroes. And eventually I started being able to write songs like this next one. In fact, in the middle of this, I'll throw a song that was written by three of my heroes, and then I'll tell you who wrote it. And then get back to thanks to all of my heroes. Yeah, it might have been the night, might have been the moon, might have been the sight of other lovers in the room, might have been my imagination. But didn't we just fall in love? Could have been a sigh, could have been a song, could have been the wine to help the mood along, could have been a combination. Didn't we just fall in love? Unless it's just some little thing I miss. Best guess it must have been the first time we kissed with so much sweet temptation to fall in love. I should have seen it coming, should have smelled perfume, should have heard the humming of bees around the bloom, should have known that old sensation. Didn't we just fall in love? Okay, here comes that song. Cigarette holder, which wakes me over her shoulder. She digs me out catting that satin dog. Ah, baby, shall we go out skipping? Careful, amigo, you're slipping. Speaks Latin, that satin dog. She's nobody's fool, so I'm playing it cool as can be. I'll give it a whirl, but I ain't for no girl catching me. Skipperoonie telephone number, well, you know, doing my rumble with Uno and that my satin dog. So yeah, Mercer wrote the lyrics for this song, and he got into it late. This was started by Billy Strayhorn, Duke Ellington's right-hand man. Half of what you think of as Ellington songs were started by Strayhorn. Then he took it to his boss and made some money out of an orchestral arrangement. And they said, let's make some more money. So they got Mercer to write the lyrics. And those lyrics sing. Back to my song. Unless it's just some little thing I miss. Best guess it must have been the first time we kissed with so much sweet temptation to fall in love. I should have seen it coming, Should have smelled perfume. Should have heard the humming of bees around the bloom. Should have known that old sensation. Didn't we just fall in love? Didn't we just fall in love? Didn't we just fall in love? Love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, what's not to love?
Yeah. Is Satin Doll a Duke Ellington collaboration?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Strayhorn, Ellington, and then Mercer wrote the lyrics.
Of course, Johnny Mercer wrote the lyric to Moon River with
Of
Henry
course,
Mancini.
and Lazy Bones, and
one of the world's
and-
perfect songs. Wow.
Yep.
I knew of Strayhorn because I transcribed one of his horn parts for my jazz theory teacher when I was in school and got hooked that way. The man was a genius.
He really was.
Yeah.
He was a beautiful mess too.
Was
Man, he had it. So.
Well, aren't we all? This was written partly because that was something I wanted to say, but it was partly because my husband's been working with this tango group called Quintango, and they do traditional tangos, and also they have an amazing bandoneon player, and they play all over the world, and he's from Argentina, of course. So one of the things I found out about tango is it rubs off. And that's how this got written. First, make a list, all the qualities you missed on your previous attempts. Then make a plan, all the places where someone like that might frequent. Call all your friends, let them know you're on the mend from your last affair. Consult your horoscope, seize the moment, and say a little prayer. And then you wait, you hurry up and wait. At the right time, at the right place, you'll meet your soulmate. You just wait, gently knocking on the gates of love sublime. It's just a matter of patience and timing in the tango for one. Improve yourself, pay attention to your health, learn a new dance. Go on a trip, give your blues the slip, change your circumstance. Exercise your brain, learn a new language, do something just for fun. Get your fortune told, buy new clothes, you may already have won. Still you wait, you hurry up and wait. At the right place, at the right time to meet your soulmate. You just wait, gently knocking on the gates of love sublime. It's just a matter of patience and timing in the tango for one. Sooner or later, you're gonna notice a change. Your own company ain't half as bad as they claim, and it's not a cause for shame. You can afford to wait. Yeah, you can hurry up and wait. At the right place, at the right time, you'll meet your soulmate. You just wait, entering the gates of love sublime. It's just a matter of patience and timing in the tango for one. 'Cause it's all about patience and timing in the tango for one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Da, da, da.
All right. Well, I've got there you go. I've got a song about a quartet. But it started out as a tribute to the famous $1 Million Quartet, which was the night the four great architects of rock and roll ended up in a studio together and got into a jam session, a song swap, and the engineer had enough sense to press the record button. So we have this recording of the $1 Million Quartet. So that's where the song started, but it quickly veered off to include a tribute to those among us that will work for less occasionally. We all know Elvis and Jerry Lee, Carl Perkins and Johnny C. Great balls of fire, blue suede shoes, jailhouse rock and the Folsom Blues. Legends live as legends go of the time they jammed in the studio. The world will not soon forget the night of the $1 Million Quartet. But there's one sweet spot in my own memoir when my buddies and I were just learning guitar. Then before too long, by some strange quirk, one Friday night we all found work. But it wasn't for the money, it wasn't for the show. We were rough and ready and raring to go. It was give it all you got, find it if you try, live it 'cause you love it, see if it'll fly. There was a church coffee house where they passed the cup. It's mostly change, but it all adds up. I booked a night, I took my shot. $13 is what I got. Jake made 40 at the fish and chips, 46.88 when you count the tips. Bob scored 30 singing Broadway tunes at a nursing home in the dining room. Then Frank knew a band who just by chance was late setting up for the high school dance. They gave him $10 as an opening act, and he found 12 cents on the bus coming back. Hound dogs howl, so hear me sing. A young man's voice is a burning thing. You could knock me down, but not tonight. Something in the air just felt so right. We gathered at Jake's with donuts and beers to celebrate and plan our careers. We talked of tours and future shows. Hey, we all got paid. Now we're pros. I'll be the next, you'll be the new. You sound just like, well, that's good too. You could say anything that you wanna say. We were up all night and on our way. Then Frank asked Jake, hey, what'd you make? And we all chimed in, comparing the take. It must have been fate, maybe dumb luck, but it all added up to $100. So goodness gracious, what that line. God just sent some kind of sign. The world has not seen nothing yet, 'cause we are the $100 Quartet. We had riffs to learn and songs to write, roads to hit, fires to light, moves to make, rules to break. Me and Bobby, Frank and Jake, two girls dropped by and they brought an ounce. You could call them groupies, 'cause I think that counts. They didn't wear boots or mini skirts, but they look kinda cute in those flannel shirts. She was scratching my back as I picked a tune. Then she whispered that she's thinking of leaving here soon. She said she loves a well-oiled machine, so I showed her the tuners on my D18. 'cause it wasn't for the rock, it wasn't for the roll, it was pure and simple, heart and soul. It was give it all you got, take it on trust, keep the faith, go for bust. We all agreed we should start a band, but no one played drums, so we scrapped that plan. We just lit a bowl, passed the bong, and discussed the deep meaning of a Leonard Cohen song. The girls got bored and left us there, but the more we talked, the more we dared to dream of things beyond our range that we could do and we could change. It shook my nerves and it rattled my wits like a hit parade that never quits. And there's at least 4 guys who won't forget the night of the $100 quartet. Well, Jake got good at playing riffs, but discovered he had other gifts. Bob went back to that job he had. Frank's got kids who need their dad. None of us ever made it big, but there was that night when we all had gigs. A spark that flew, a star that struck, that I wouldn't trade for $1,000,000. 'Cause I've saved the change from that coffee house cup. It's not too much, but it still adds up. And when I hit the bottom of the ups and downs, I just put it in my pocket and I carry it around. You see, it ain't just money, it ain't for show. It's real and I'm ready for wherever I'll go. It keeps me honest, it keeps my heart in touch with the place where I got my start. And I still ain't felt nothing yet like the love of the $100 quartet.
Marvelous. By the way, I should have mentioned earlier, this is our last round.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'll do something goofy.
Okay.
This song started to be about a cool pop I took away from my little brother when we were kids. And I really tried to write it that way, but and it was written kind of later in my life where I have all these heroes and voices and things like that that are just mixed up in my person. So somewhere in starting the second verse, this guy took over, and then I let him do it. He's a kind of a ghost of Ken Nordine. You know who Ken was. Chicago person ought to know that. Word jazz. But I do get back to the cool pop, just not my little brother. Here come old razzmatazz. You don't like nothing but jazz. Always saying things like, yeah, crazy. He snapped his finger bones. He'd play air slide trombone. Eyes deep and dark and hazy. He's razzmatazz. They call him razzmatazz. Only name he has, and he dress real sweet. If it don't swing, he don't sing, 'cause they gotta have a beat. Oh, razzmatazz. Picture Raz walking down the street with sunglasses, going like this. Somebody's wing on a Joseph way. Boom, shaka, like a boom, ba-doom, boom, boom, bow. Wow, that rhymes with. Wow, wow, that rhymes with how. How. Here come old razzmatazz. He don't like nothing but jazz. Girlfriend's name is Bebop-a-Loobop-a-Daisy. He can go his way alone, ain't got no telephone. Always saying things like, yeah, crazy. Razzmatazz, they call him Razzmatazz. Only name he has, he got big feet. Yeah, if it don't swing, don't mean a thing, 'cause we're gonna have a boom chicka boom a chicka razzmatazz. He can pick up that cornet, do it Raz. Razzmatazz, they call him Razzmatazz. He hails from Alcatraz and he don't eat meat. It rhymes. And if it don't swing, it don't ring a dang, dang a ding. Gotta have a boom chicka razzmatazz. Gotta have a Raz walking around saying cool things like, life is like a cool pop. You can get a red one, you can get an orange one, you can get a blue one. Oh man, it's all cool pop. Gotta have a beat. Yeah. Crazy. Goes out to the memory of Ken Nordine, and that's the shortened version of that because I only had this much time. Thank you, Jan.
I love that song. I don't understand what happened to your brother.
My little brother is a great musician, and that's okay. He just the cool pop thing. That's part of what I throw into it, but he complains. He's complained about that. He's coming up on 72. Still complaining about me stealing his cool pop. Best damn cool pop I ever had. Just to let y'all know.
Yeah, because it was stolen.
You bet. You bet.
Let's see. I saw this story on Facebook and I just couldn't resist it because it just seemed like such a good illustration. He was cold, he was hungry, he had no home to call his own. He was sleeping in the churchyard on a pillow made of stone. Custodian who swept the floors there saw him lying on the ground, left the door a little open and not a word was spoken. He went out sweeping without a sound. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you love your neighbor. That's how you love your neighbor. She lived next door to the schoolyard, saw the children at play, noticed a parked car, saw the driver also watching every day. It seemed strange, it seemed dangerous. She described him to her friends. Then the whole town got together and worked with one another, built the school a taller fence. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you love your neighbor. That's how you love your neighbor. And if you ask them why they do it, maybe they'll reply someday, any one of us might be in need. Down the street, a new family moved into the neighborhood. Peculiar names, uncommon features. Their cooking's strange, but it sure smells good. Then unmarked cars, masks and guns. Now their fear keeps them from the store without making any fuss, without looking for applause. Groceries showed up. Can you tell this is new? Groceries showed up at their front door. 'Cause that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you love your neighbor. That's how you love your neighbor. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you love your neighbor. That's how you love your neighbor.
Yeah.
Thank you. So thanks. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to everyone who visited us on Facebook and on YouTube. I really appreciate that you came, and we love singing for you, so please come back. If you'd like to be on the mailing list so that you'll know ahead of time who's going to be here, just either DM me on Facebook or send an email to jan@janseides.com or leave your email in the chat, and be sure and let me know that that's why it's there, okay? So, thank you very much to Chris Farrell.
Thanks.
That was wonderful. Let's give him a round of
Oh,
applause.
thank you.
Chris.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
And thank you so much to Ken Gaines. Thanks to both of you for saying yes to this, especially Ken. Thank you for this, for coming back. You already knew what you were in for, and you said yes anyway.
Yep, you bet.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for listening. We got
Absolutely.
David,
So I'm going to
Andy, Rick. Hi.
stop the